Get me Bin Laden in here for orders. Get the CIA on the phone now and have them hail Cobra. You dress like Cobra. You have the tactics of Cobra. You are Cobra. Hail Cobra.
Cobra runs the Muslims. Cobra runs the CIA. Cobra runs it all. Cobra is real. Look how simple that is. You work for Cobra, and you don't even know it. The government is Cobra. Look how the police dress like Cobra. The White House is run by Cobra.
Cobra. Hail Cobra! Cobra! I am running for president of the United States. Death and destruction. Forced inoculations. Hail Cobra! Submit to me. I am supreme Cobra Commander. You will kneel before Cobra or face my wrath. I was a snake, an oppressor before it was cool. Black uniforms, ski masks, checkpoints, black armored tanks on the streets, preemptive war, torture, wireless wiretapping. Total tyranny is the new freedom that Cobra has taught the world. Hail Cobra! Cobra! I am running for president of the United States. Death and destruction, forced inoculations. Hail Cobra! Because I'm keeping you safe from Al-Qaeda. Get me Bin Laden in here for orders. Get the CIA on the phone now. The Pentagon has stolen my plan and hired Al-Qaeda to carry out their operations in Libya. Clearly America and the rest of the system has realized that I am the true visionary. And so I now announce to you and the world the greatest moment in the history of Cobra! And remember one more thing, you pathetic little worm, and all of your viewers. You belong to me. Tyranny is freedom. The freedom for psychopaths like me and the armies of millions that serve me is the future, and the gullible sheeple will buy it all. Hail Cobra! Cobra! Hail Cobra! Cobra! I am running for president of the United States. Death and destruction, forced inoculations. Hail Cobra! Hail Cobra! Hail Cobra! Cobra! I am running for president of the United States. Death and destruction, forced inoculations. Hail Cobra! Cobra!
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the U.S. Capitol building. If you've joined us today for the insurrection, please make sure you pick up a promotional leaflet on the way in, stay inside the safety cordons at all times, and if you get lost, speak to one of our Capitol police officers. They'll be sure to point you in the right direction. And be sure to set aside a little time today to join us for some insurrection activities, including our photography tour, our fancy dress competition, and have a go on our climbing wall. But don't forget those safety ropes. And I've now received the results of our fancy dress competition. The winner today is Jacob Chansley. That's Mr. Jacob Chansley. If you could report to your nearest Capitol Police officer, they'll be sure to give you your prize, a guided tour of the building. And all that's left is for me to thank you for joining us today. We hope you enjoyed the insurrection. Wherever possible, please try to clean up after yourselves. Don't forget to visit the souvenir shop on the way out, and feel free to join us on the outdoor terrace for Nancy Pelosi's Insurrection Soiree. Grab yourself a light refreshment and enjoy the music of our very own fancy dress competition winner.
You know, there's been zero evidence. You can ask me, how can I mean Obama be the hidden puppet master for this administration? But there's no evidence. There's no evidence. There's no evidence that Obama is Joe's puppet master. There's none. Absolutely none. None. And that is just a fact. You can't say that it looks like my hair is the dirty mop the janitor is looking for. You can't say that it looks like I lazily slapped on some of Big Mike's lipstick and horrific eyeshadow. Don't even look that close. That's a waste of time. You know, there's been
If you have arthritis, toss your bottled water in the trash. Here's why. Scientists from
How many of yesterday's so-called conspiracy theories must be revealed as the truth before that worn-out label is finally abandoned? It's still out there, of course, casually tossed at anyone questioning lies, old lies and new lies. For as long as it lasts, I'll be proud and relieved to wear the badge of conspiracy theorist like a battle scar. It's been a couple of years, at least for me now, but to be a conspiracy theorist is to have been right all along, despite the efforts of the paid-for liars. And it's also to be demonstrably well ahead of the gullible, still believing in smoke and mirrors. Conspiracy theorist was first used by the CIA to shut down those who doubted the official line about the murder of John F. Kennedy, that fishy old tale about a lone shooter and a magic bullet, and then that lone shooter being shot by another lone shooter before he could talk. That was in the 1960s, and from then, the label conspiracy theorist worked for decades as the means to make thinking people too scared to speak when they smelt a rat. Let 2024 be the year of clearing out the rubbish, the trash, the long overdue year when the past or sell-by date labels, conspiracy theorist among them, are cast into the dustbin of history. Conspiracy theorist is hardly the only label used for ridiculing and so discouraging the truth. Over the last couple of years, those paid-for liars were churning them out like there was no tomorrow. Indeed, frightening people into thinking there would be no tomorrow unless they did as they were told was the whole point of the exercise. Granny killer, COVIDiot, denier. After conspiracy theorist, my own personal favourite is unvaxxed, still actually applied as though it were an insult. I sit here before you loud and proud as an unvaxxed conspiracy theorist, although I'll be honest and say, like many others, I worried about the consequences of outing myself as someone who had refused the jibby jab. Remember when to admit being unjabbed was not just to risk ridicule, but exile from society, inability to earn a living. What was I afraid of? For some of the time, I think I was actually afraid of being right, because what I came to think about those products as the months passed and the coercion to submit to them intensified kept me awake at night. But I know now that I've yet to meet anyone that regrets not letting that succession of pricks anywhere near them. To this day, I don't know anyone personally who died of COVID, but I do know or knew too many people who have since and suddenly and unexpectedly died of something else, or been diagnosed with life-changing chronic illness. Hardly a month goes by without my hearing about another heart attack, another stroke, another 20-something dropping dead when no one had any reason to doubt they were in otherwise perfect health. Since January 2022, there have been more than 100,000 excess deaths in the UK, 30,000 more than the total of British civilians that died during the 6 years of World War II. What rational person resists asking questions about a statistic like that? More and more serious people, scientists and physicians among them, question whether COVID-19 even was a pandemic, and suggest the deaths of the elderly during that time were at least in part on account of treatment meted out to them that was inappropriate, to say the least. All of this is in the public domain, and I say demands serious contemplation. Pfizer is being sued by the state of Texas for allegedly mis-selling its vaccine product there, wildly overstating its efficacy. The AstraZeneca product has long since been withdrawn and is routinely labelled defective. And yet Bill Gates, who has described vaccines as his best ever investment, is out and about promoting the use of products built upon the mRNA platform in livestock and arable crops that might be the food of billions of people. Having conspiratorial tendencies may actually be the best protection out there. More and more of us say the elephant in the room when it comes to a grown-up conversation about all the unexpected dying is the suggestion of a temporal link between excess deaths and the rollout of the jabs. A factor among all the rest, and surely demanding of rational consideration, is that excess dying in both 2022 and 2023, when hardly anyone died of COVID, continued at over 9% after the rollout of the products marketed and frantically pushed by all and sundry as vaccines against the disease. Whatever those people are dying of, it isn't COVID. Pfizer have long since made clear they were never even asked to test if their product would stop transmission from person to person, and yet the apparent certainty of its stopping the spread to granny was preached as holy writ. It's no longer a sin to raise the subject, at least, anywhere but in the House of Commons and in parliaments all around the West, obviously. And everywhere there are louder and louder calls for the once and for all withdrawal from the market of the various injectables. But still, most medical professionals are yet to voice any doubts or concerns of their own. How long must we wait to hear, at the very least, evidence of their curiosity about what happened and is happening, all that inexplicable dying and accelerating illness, from tens of thousands of health professionals who actively promoted injections and who are in many cases still doing so? I make no apologies for still banging on about the jabs and the excess deaths, despite the ridicule it still draws in my direction, and I'll keep on banging on until every last drop of the truth is squeezed into the public domain. But my incredulity at the maintenance of conspiracy theorists as an insult goes much further than that. Right now, we're being treated to the Epstein client list, the list that was maintained and jealously guarded by the world's most famous dead paedophile. Most famous, apart maybe from Jimmy Savile, honoured by royalty and the state both. Like many people, I don't for 1 minute accept that Jeffrey Epstein committed suicide. To me, no serious, honest person could accept as much at face value, swallowing the official line that outside his super secure cell his guards were asleep and the security cameras turned off just at the time when he managed to break his own neck by hanging from a knotted sheet while in a seated position, a feat not replicated before or since in any so-called soft hanging. And yet, surprise, surprise, to question the state narrative on that shaggy dog tale and the corruption it revealed was also to be a conspiracy theorist, maybe even a domestic terrorist, to use another label currently being oversold by those with so much to lose. Now that conspiracy theory, which is to say talk of murder to silence a blackmailer financed by people richer and more powerful than him, is openly discussed. Who knows what more might be revealed from that murky store? It's still borderline treasonous to question the legitimacy of the 2020 US election, and yet we have long known that the truth of the Hunter Biden laptop, the honest and open revelation and discussion of which, at the time, might have affected that election in a way not beneficial to his dad, Joe, was determinedly suppressed by the media and the tech giants acting in concert. If that's not interfering with an election in favour of one side over another, I don't know what is. This time around, with the latest US election looming, the Democrat White House is striking from ballots the name of their biggest and most popular rival, and even doing the same to what it considers renegade Democrat candidates. The US government may yet put Donald J. Trump in jail to try and thwart his return to the White House. Once the land of the free, now more and more commentators are describing the US as behaving increasingly like a banana republic. And yet, with a straight face, Hillary Clinton and the rest of US political royalty loudly declare they are acting to defend democracy itself. If it walks like a duck and quacks like a duck, and I say what's quacking in and around the White House now is a flock of shameless crooks, as corrupt and dangerous to life, liberty and the pursuit of happiness as it gets. Of course, conspiracy theorist, granny killer, COVIDiot, COVID denier, election denier, domestic terrorist and the rest are hardly the limit of the name-calling. In an attempt to shut down questions about the war in Ukraine, anyone asking was automatically to be labelled a Putin apologist. Now a generation of Ukrainians lies cold in the clay. To be sickened by the slaughter of tens of thousands of people in Gaza, children and babies among them, is to be labelled an anti-Semite, despite the fact Jewish people all over the world have joined the pleas for the killing to stop. It's not just bombs and bullets snuffing out lives in Gaza now, but man-made famine and its attendant pestilence. All four horsemen of the apocalypse are therefore abroad in that tortured scrap of land, and yet the majority of the nations of the West cheer them ever onwards. I've been called all the names. It's virtually a rite of passage on the road to accepting the obligation we have as members of the human race to voice doubt and ask questions about courses of action being adopted on our behalf by people we did, or in our case, didn't vote for. Here's the thing. Exactly how long is the lag between the bandying about of conspiracy theorist and the application of more accurate labelling instead, being perhaps person who knew and said so despite the certainty of abuse? How long is it to be in future? 2 years? 2 months? 2 days? Because it feels to me like the gap is closing faster and faster. So many state and corporate lies are exposed. Those of us paying attention already await the next lie. Cyber attack, war against Iran, whatever. We're stepping out into a new year. I'd like to hope it might be a year of change, for the better, away from state-sanctioned lies and towards truthful answers to questions from honest people. The US is not alone in contemplating an election this year. At least 40 countries around the world are doing likewise. We'll likely have one too. I said it was time to clear out the trash, and I mean it.
Smoke weed every day.
Here's it, buddy. You doing, family? Midwest. Big Rose. Yeah, we got snow coming. That was yesterday morning. Yeah, it's supposed to be like, we're going to be waiting in line, so. Right here, right now, we have no snow right now. Well, I mean, it snowed yesterday, but there was a lake effect. That's not live. Day 0, so. Give me a second to get the camera going. Whoa.
Smoke weed every day.
That's pretty much live. Well, it is live, huh? I just woke up at 8 o'clock. Oh, like 4 hours ago. I've been awake a while.
Smoke weed every day.
On camera. It ain't working too good. Wake up, camera.
Smoke weed every day.
Started to snow. Change to rain. How much they saying you're gonna get? And yes, I'm Puck News on Rumble. We have fights on tonight. 1 to 3 inches overnight. They're getting calling 4 to 8 here. I've heard it, all kinds of ranges, They started last week, a couple days ago, with 18 inches. How much you planning on getting, snow, family? What are they saying? Sarge. Cheers. $12 to 18 inches. Damn. And you got 6 last night? We got like 2 inches, maybe 1 inch now. Camera.
Smoke weed every day.
You don't see me.
Smoke weed every day.
That's current live weather. Ain't nothing. 12 to 18 is the most I've heard. Yeah. Started my lawn tractor last night. That's running good now. Generator's right there, running good. Battery's all filled up. My solar panels could get knocked over, but fuck, I got insurance. I'll take it. Oh, Wentz Massage, I didn't see it. So, yep. Thanks, I don't see that, so. Give me a second here. You on the Fuck News or the Cobra channel? I don't know which one you on. What a pain in the ass this is. Alright, I made it. That is moderator. Super Wrench, managing moderator. Yes, my original account, Cobra442. This has fucking videos so old, man. This site is, I mean, 14 years old. I think this page is in my account. Yeah, I don't have any propane cylinders right now, but I have now piped in natural gas from the town, and that's not going to go bad, you know, underground, so. Always have natural gas, I like that. Oh, thank you, sir, thank you. You know how much I respect you, brother. One of the few people that, you know, Midwest, another one that, oh. I have like 5 gas stations real close. Even that they lose power. I mean, I have 10 gallons in my gas tank for the generator, but I'm good. One of the good things about being in the city, you have all this shit right here, so unlikely the towns. Plus, the electric companies are half mile from me. The hospital is probably a quarter mile the other way. Unfortunately, I'm not on the line that's in between the two. So. They did lose power last year. That's why I'm down this generator, solar panel, battery shit road I'm on. See the solar panels right there, right? Zoom in on them. Camera. Wake up. Those are gonna get knocked over. There's only 4 of those, and they're not, they're not the big ones. The bigger ones I have on the ground. Okay, well, wake up. Yeah, I got 2 walking distance, no problem. And then will that gas station have power? Then, without power, they can't pump. So, it's catch-22. It'd be a, long walk and, I don't know, Yep. I like the copyright-free background music. I actually like it. It's put it on screen. Let's get like a cool background to it. Music copyright-free. Reset, transform. Oh, it's not showing it. Don't know why it's not showing it. I'm gonna stop this one. Bring over here. Add
Smoke weed every day.
browser. Cool music, audio, yes.
The crazy thing about GLP-1s through Roe is that my cravings have completely disappeared. I'm not quite sure how something that's just a little tiny prick can be so powerful in so many different ways.
Meet the shot that helps you lose weight at ro.co/start now.
They'll turn down. Here, Sarge. There are fights on tonight. Not much, but there are fights. And tomorrow's the UFC is on. I can put on Zoom. Anyone wants to hop up? Give me a second. Excuse me. But we should go like this. Haven't left yet, but
Smoke weed every day.
starting to snow now. Oh my God! Come on, camera. Boy, that camera's not working good. We gotta figure out what's going on with that. Yeah, I see it. Yes, we have snow. Anyways, I'm gonna head over to Rumble and leave this going up there if anyone wants to hop up there. So, peace out.